Hi, I'm Rhonda Wepler. I'm an artist in residence here at the Museum of Arts and Design in New York City, and I'm here at my dining table now on my fourth week making some art projects.
I often make sculptures using materials you can find in your home, like this sculpture made of a single unbroken piece of aluminum foil. This series of tutorials will show you how to use materials from your kitchen and home to make gifts that fit in a standard size envelope to mail to friends and family. This project was inspired by this locket made from a hazelnut. Circa 1840 and made in France, it contains a miniature knife and a pair of scissors.
Did you know that lockets have been around for thousands of years? In ancient Egypt, Cleopatra gave lockets with an image of herself to her favorites.
Why not continue this tradition by making a locket out of a pistachio shell? These are the materials you will need to make this project. Please stop the video now to take a closer look. The type of locket we are making is a slide locket, which uses attachment at the top as a hinge, like this late 19th century locket. If you want to mail your locket in a regular size envelope, first make sure that the half shell is thinner than a 1/4 inch. Soak the shells in water at least overnight to soften them. Wrap your thumb on a piece of tape to protect it while carving into the shell. Shave a notch into the tip of each pistachio half to accommodate a piece of wire that will act as a loop attachment. Make sure that the notch on each side line up. To make the loop attachments, use a piece of the wire or trim the plastic off a twist tie. Cut the wire into pieces about 1.5 inches long. Wrap twice around a nail. Twist the tails tightly together. And slide the loop off the nail. Lay the neck of the loop in a half shell as if the wire is relaxing in a bathtub. Bend it to match the contour of the shell. Trim off the excess. Both shells will need a wire loop attachment like this. Tear small pieces of paper off. The torn edges work much better than cut edges and blend in better. Add a blob of glue into each half shell. Use a toothpick to spread the glue out along the inside of the shell. Lay the wire pieces into the shell. Put a single piece of paper on top of the wire so that it holds it down. Make sure that the neck of the wire still sits in that little nook and that the loop is on the outside of the shell. Allow this to dry a little bit before adding more pieces. Will keep the wires from moving around. Squeeze more glue in and brush it around with a paintbrush. Layer more pieces of paper in so that the entire surface of the inside is filled. Before the glue has totally hardened, use a toothpick to make sure that the loops line up and adjust slightly. You can color the inside with a permanent marker or with nail polish. The permanent marker does not quite fill every nook and cranny in, so make a glaze that is tinted to cover that area up. Take some white glue and some food coloring and mix it together. Coat the interior of the shell, including the edges. Once dried, coat with a layer of clear nail polish to make it waterproof. To decorate the shells, lay the calves on a paper clip on a piece of foil to keep it from sticking. This first design uses only nail polish. Start first with 2 coats of a base color. You can leave the loop bare or paint the loop with nail polish. This will blend it in and make it stronger. While the second coat of base color is still wet, quickly layer blobs of other colors. This second design starts by first drawing in a pattern using a thin permanent black marker. Fill in the pattern using a thicker permanent marker. You can lift up the shell and fill in any edges or other spots you missed. You can also color the loop in with the marker. You will need to seal your base pattern with white glue, as the final clear coat will dissolve and smear it otherwise. Squeeze a blob of the glue on the shell and smooth it with your finger into a thin coat. Allow the glue to dry completely and use nail polish to fill in the pattern with color. Custom color nail polish can be made by drawing on a piece of foil with a permanent marker and then using a light colored nail polish to blend into it. Once completely dried, coat with the nail polish top coat. Avoid touching the finished shells for at least an hour after they have dried to keep the surface flawless. Any nail art can be used for the inspiration for this project. Search the internet for some ideas. You will need a jump ring to connect the 2 halves together and then the locket to a chain or cord. You can use manufactured jump rings, a piece of wire, or covered paper clip like this green jump ring here. To make a jump ring from a paper clip, they need to be covered wire paper clips like this. Solid metal clips are too difficult to bend and cut. Wrap a loop of the paper clip around the end of a paintbrush handle or any other rod-shaped object. You will need to cut the ends of the paper clip off. You can use heavy scissors, but wire cutters like these work much better. To attach the locket, first open the ring up like this. Avoid stretching it open to avoid forming it. Thread the 2 halves of the shell onto the loop. You can mail the finished locket on its own, or string it on a piece of cord or chain if you have one available. You can add a photo by printing a picture out to size, cutting it out, and sealing it with glue. Press the photo into the shell half. Once it's dry, you will need to layer it in some nail polish to make it waterproof. Look, it's a surprise ladybug. I don't have a printer, so I made a surprise ladybug from my first video and glued it in instead. This is going to my friend Molly. She lives in the Boston area. Don't forget to open your locket up flat so it can fit in an envelope to mail.
Well, thanks for watching. Join us next time when we're making smoky pop-up cards. Stay safe out there.